This is Jak Fitness. I got my guy, Evins Tobler, man. I think you got to hit your volume. Can you hear me? You got to unmute your mic. We're having a problem with his audio. Try to unmute your mic. I can't hear you. Got to unmute your mic. Try unmuting your mic. I can't hear your audio. We're gonna get this together. Give me 2 seconds, man. I'm gonna get Evans' audio in. We're gonna proceed with this interview. Trying to get this audio together. Let's see, we're gonna bring him back in. We're gonna bring him back in, man. For some reason, I'm telling you, the devil be busy, man. Trying to hate on my movement, man. He really be trying to hate on my movement. Let's see if we got his audio now. Can you hear me? Oh man, look, yo, the devil is busy. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yo, last time we couldn't get his feed right. Now they ain't trying to give us the sound.
We might be in business. You can't hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, we
great.
good to go.
Okay,
We're
let's
good
set
to
this up.
go.
1 second. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Hey, Monica. Hold on, Monica. Hold on.
All right. Take your time. Take your time. We good now. Take your time. No rush now. No rush. Everything is good.
Man, look, we've been trying to get this done for the longest.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, everything gonna happen on God's time, man. No rush, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, first and foremost, man, I just want to introduce this man. This is world champion strength and conditioning coach, man, Evins Tobler, man.
That's all right. It's all that matters
Um,
is me and her. That's it. We good. All right.
but before I go into some of the fighters that you working with, I want you just to run down a little bit of yourself, man, because I did my research because this is what I'm trying to do now and I'm doing. But let the people know you was a world class track and field star, long jump.
Yeah,
Just go
man.
into that. Run that down real quick for the people.
Bro, I competed in track for about 25 years of my life, bro. I dedicated
Yeah,
myself to the sport. I was collegiate champion in college. I went to school in Puerto Rico. For those that don't
yeah,
know, that's why I can speak Spanish. I can break the Spanish fighters as well. It was my life, and
yeah,
everything I'm doing now as a professional in this sport, it's a spinoff for the things that we did as a track and field athlete at the Olympic
yeah,
level. I've been to 4 Olympic
yeah,
trials. I've jumped
yeah,
little close to 27 feet in the long jump.
yeah,
Man, I've done it. I've done it all in the
yeah,
sport of track. So
yeah.
predominantly, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Finish what you were saying. Finish what you were
So
saying.
when people look at me, they think this big old. I was never this big, right? But
Yeah,
after I retired from track and field, I got into bodybuilding,
yeah. We're
and
gonna
I
go
picked
into
up
that.
all this muscle.
We're gonna go into that. Just stay on with the with the track and field. Cause I'm gonna bring up
Yeah,
a big dog name that you competed against that people
yeah,
might not know about, man.
yeah,
Just stay on the track and field.
yeah.
I want people to see how great you was.
When I competed, shit, we had guys that were like world record holders. In
Yeah,
this era right now, I would have made 2 Olympic teams.
yeah. You got
You know,
Listen, for the people that don't know, yeah, you competed against Carl Lewis, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
The great
best.
Carl Lewis. Yeah,
He is the
yeah,
best track and field athlete in history.
yeah,
I've never seen a competitor like that. To be among athletes like that, man, I was blessed, bro. I was blessed.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't change it for nothing in the world.
I want the world to know that. I want the people to know that. Like this man, we're gonna get into his boxing accolades, but on a track and field level, this man competed against Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis is one of the greatest Olympians of all time. Holds numerous gold medals. This man competed
Absolutely.
against him. So that right there in itself is a major legendary accomplishment, man.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go into have him breaking down what he does now with these boxers, not only the boxers, but just people, in life training them, you
Mm-hmm.
understand what type of work you getting, what type of level you getting, what type of experience you getting with this man right here. This man was a world class athlete himself, man. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead, give him the rundown. You hold records at Clinton, New Jersey, and all that. Touch on that a
Yeah,
little bit for
man.
the
Look,
people.
you would think that by now records would have been broken, right? I still hold the record, and
Yeah,
in Trenton, the Mercer County record, 24 feet 1 inch. I still hold
yeah,
my college record, 26 feet 9 inches. For me,
yeah,
26 feet 9 inches is a 27-foot jump. That much for
yeah,
27 feet, right?
yeah. A
So
couple inches. Yeah,
I'm a 27-foot long jumper. I
yeah,
still hold that record at the school.
yeah,
Um, I've been to, I competed at the U.S. Nationals many times. But,
yeah,
in this country, we have so many tremendous athletes that, it's difficult to make these teams. And we're the only country that every 4 years, our Olympic team changes, whereas other countries, they keep the same
yeah,
people.
yeah,
Just because you made the last Olympic team, don't mean you're gonna make it again. So, I mean, I have to compete over. If you don't make the team 4 years, you got 4 more years of training. So, I've been on track more than 2 decades.
Yeah.
You know, so I love the sport, man. It took me everywhere. Got me a free education. You know, met my ex-wife, my daughters. I got a young lady out of me. My daughter's 28 now. So without track and field, I wouldn't be a father. You know, so I wouldn't be in Houston because I came to Houston to train for track. And when I retired from track, man, I just stayed here and coached at the high school level, middle school level, at the professional level with track, some track athletes, but you know, it's taking me everywhere, man. Everywhere around, just like boxing. There's always an avenue. Everything goes to the track and field. All these sports, they do everything that we've done for decades. So it was a blessing, man, to have that type of talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me say
man,
something
absolutely.
about you, man. Look, you want like you tell me. A lot of guys that do this stuff, they're not raw with their material, man. And I like to talk to raw people because I'm that dude. I'm gonna say what's on my mind, bro. And I see you whatever you do what you do. So shout out to you, man, for doing what you do.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm honored to be on your deal, man. So we can do these anytime you want.
Man, I appreciate that, man. And and I want to thank you. This is the brother right here that connected the dots that got me Regis Progress, man. For all you haters out there, you know that was upset that I got a Regis exclusive Regis pay-per-view week and all that. You know, God is good, man. Thank you to this brother right here, man, for that, man. So let's get into that now, man. World champion strength and conditioning coach, man. You got Regis Progress. You got Hannah Gabriel. Let's run down some of the fighters that you work with.
Man, Regis was our first world champion, and we're still climbing to be that undisputed champion at 140. I'm working with Hannah Gabriel. I'm working with, you know, the big gun 54, Jared Hurd right now, Kenny Sims. I'm working with Virginia Fuchs, who's the 2-time Olympian. Chris Edwards, another up-and-coming fighter. Who else? Willie Jones. Jared Tennant, young kid just came in. Who else? Man, there's so many right now, man, that they just coming my way, bro.
God is good.
To start out early with me.
Yo, shout out to the young lady too that just got signed. You know, I can't think of her name right now.
Marie.
You had her in the gym.
She's also becoming pro, which will be turning pro.
Yeah. She was on the national team.
Yeah, she was a youth champion.
Yeah.
I was saying her name right. Isa Maria.
I was checking it out on your Instagram. But yo, go into Jared Hurd, man. Yo, cause you get a firsthand experience of working with him, and just go look at my daughter running into I'm working. That's working. Say hi to Uncle Evans.
Hi. That's the queen of the castle, huh?
Yeah. That's Coach Narina right there, Coach Narina.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, but just go in, like, let the people know, man. You working with Jared Swift Hurd, man. Just break down how a fine specimen he is, how big and strong that dude is, man.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. People don't get it.
Yeah.
Jared Hurd is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I'm saying?
I hear you. I want you to tell the world, man.
The craziest thing is when you get guys like Jared, they don't talk much.
Yeah, the calm before the storm.
Yes, it's a storm. Listen. At 154, Jared Hurd's athletic. He's wide, and he punches like 2 fucking mules.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a problem. And he's already a bully in the ring. He a bully. So
I know. I see you giving him that work, man. You be giving him that work, man.
Yeah,
You know,
it's an adjustment, man. At first he's new to me, I'm new to him. So at the beginning, we kind of worked our way up, but now there's so much more that we got. There's so much more that we're going to be doing. And I'm telling you right now, this Jared Hurd, you think Jared Hurd was a monster?
Yeah.
It's about to go down, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the
Yeah,
kid.
Reed just touched on that, man. Reed just said, your workouts, man. He says you push them to the brink of destruction, man. Let's talk about that. Why do you take the athletes to that point for the endurance to get them ready for the fight?
Well, the fight is most fights at that level, they're 36 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So if you get an athlete and he can't be an intensified moment for that long, if the fight's going to be hard. So each athlete, each boxer is totally different. A guy like Regis been working with me for a long time, so he already knows. He thinks he knows the method sometimes, but I change it. So my goal is to get a fighter to the point where they're not dead, but they're going to feel like they're about to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like that level of intensity. And what I'm looking for is a breaking point.
Okay.
Because if you get hit, that's the breaking point. So, but the nervous system has to be trained at that level to handle that stress that they're going to take. Boxing is a dangerous sport, and a lot of these athletes are not prepared physically. When I say I'm talking about the nervous system, cardiovascular, muscle recovery. Because when you hit the bag, the muscle has to recover.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't give the game too. I'm not gonna give it away, but I go through the nervous system, the cardiovascular, muscle endurance, speed, and power. Yeah. If you have a fighter, in my mind, the combined conditioning of a fighter must be the condition of a wrestler, strong as a gymnast, sprint power, the power of a sprinter and jumper, the endurance of a long distance swimmer. So you combine those three principles together, and you come up with the fight conditioning. You can be. I don't need much to train a fighter. Give me a 10-pound, a 20-pound, maybe a 20-pound dummy, a body bag. Those big body bags they call, and give me the fighter. I create a problem right there with that. Because you got to stretch that muscle, and you got to punch at the same time. People don't give Floyd Mayweather credit, but Floyd Mayweather was conditioned inside out, nutritionally, physically. When Shane Mosley hit him, you see his legs buckled, right? But he didn't go down.
That's it. He shook that right
muscle
off.
Endurance.
But another thing, I'm glad you just brought that up with the swimming. I see you be having them boys in that pool putting in that work, man. Touch on that, man. You be having them in that water like sharks, man. That's that shark school right there.
Well, that's what that is. That's boxing as well, because in boxing you're using every muscle. You're using the arms, you're using the legs, you're using cardiovascular. But it's not just it's not just them swimming. There's workouts that I do that relate to the swimming. I ain't gonna give that away either. But the pool is like a fight. I turn the pool into a fight as well. So you gotta have that balance. And also the pool is a recovery deal as well.
Yes.
You can recover, but at the same time, the resistance is at a very, very high level. Pool resistance is like pulling a damn car. When you come out, you ever notice when you get to the pool, when you come out, you get out the water, you feel like about 50 pounds.
You're tired. Oh man. I was talking with shout out to Jahad Tucker's father, music, because Jahad Tucker be doing some water workout, and we was talking about that. I said, when I bring my daughters to the beach and all that, I said they can swim. I said they can run around all day in the yard doing cartwheels, but when you throw them in that water, it's something about swimming in that water. I said whenever we come home from the beach or the pool, I said I don't have to worry about them no more. They hit the house, they out, man. That pool wears them out, man. that water. I don't know what it is about that water, man. Like you said, you work at every muscle in the body, man. That's an
Powerful.
intense workout that people don't really overlook, man. They
They
really
do it.
overlook that
They
workout.
do it. They do it. But there's a way to do it. If
Yeah,
anybody can go to the pool and swim, but there's a science to that too. I got the
yeah,
science to that too. I got all that, man.
yeah,
All
yeah.
and I'm not saying I've been blessed to work with the Olympic swimmers. You know,
Okay.
I have a young lady now who helps me. If I get a kid and they can't swim,
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
have to take you.
I seen Big Swift and shout out to Boss Man Sims. I seen they was having a little bit of trouble in the water and couldn't really swim that good. But you got
Well,
them together now.
yeah, I have a young lady who swam for the Venezuela national team, who I
Okay.
just got on, who teaches the fighters how to swim before they come to me. I put look, it takes 20 minutes and I can get my workout done because I can't get nothing done
Yeah,
if you can't swim. No, I'll get it done, but it's gonna be a little more
yeah,
difficult. It's not more efficient when you know what you're doing as an athlete. And
yeah,
I've been blessed, man, to have people like that, to have people on teams that swim that share workouts with me too, and I use
yeah.
that
That's
as well.
what
Even with my with my connection with weight training, I had some of the best coaches in the game. This gym I'm at right
Yeah,
now, run by
yeah.
John Sherman, the Tank,
Okay.
was on the Olympia stage. So I've taken knowledge from a lot of guys, as not as this athlete, but as a student as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We can always learn. And
yeah.
if you're not learning, you're not going to get better. So I've been blessed to have some good coaches in my life to put me in
Okay.
position as a coach and sucked up some of the knowledge for those guys, and I presented to the athletes I'm training out, which are mostly boxers. And I also have some
Yeah,
regular people, track and field. I can do any sport. Any sport.
yeah,
I can do it. So, man, I'm blessed, man. I wouldn't ask
yeah,
for a better job. I want all the top guys, all of them.
yeah, yeah.
Give me
Well,
Deontay Wilder for 8 weeks.
yeah, 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 yeah.
eight
I'm
weeks.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Wilder's people's gonna tap in with this. Yo,
But you
Deontay
know
Wilder,
what?
you
You know
heard
what?
that?
Wilder. That's funny. I met his conditioning coach. His conditioning coach, he know his shit.
Yeah,
He another track and field guy.
yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of these fighters, man, boxing really, man. I want to. There's a lot to learn in boxing as it
yeah,
pertains to conditioning. Rehydration is a very, very important topic. That a lot of boxers are still using the old way of rehydrating and cutting weight before fights. And we
yeah,
had some athletes to lose their life trying to do that.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a way
That's
to
that's
do that.
that's a that's a dangerous move.
hmm There's a way to do it. There's an easier way to do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
when you cut weight, if you come into camp and you're just trying to lose weight, then that means you got to be a little more professional in what you're doing as a fighter. Some fighters don't
yeah,
want to take that responsibility and put that shit on the coaches for 6 weeks. You got 50
yeah,
pounds. So how about you come in a little earlier, do your thing, but be, outside of your fight game, stay on top of your stuff. And
yeah,
the cut won't be as hard, but if it is, there's a correct way to do that without putting the athlete health in danger. And I
yeah,
still see a lot of people doing that. Not, I'm out of that lane, but there's a way to do it.
yeah. Yeah, Joey Scott. Shout out to World Combat Sports. He said Joey Scott is Wilder's
Yeah,
strength and
I know
conditioning
Joy.
coach.
I know him. I talked to him.
Okay.
Joy's another track athlete.
Yeah,
You
yeah. You
crazy?
track athlete. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you
The
got
guy, also the guy that worked with Sean Porter's Larry
yeah,
Wade.
Larry Wade. That's Larry Wade. Yeah,
Wade was a
he's
monster in the
top guy
hurdles.
too. Yeah,
hmm
yeah, Larry Wade. He
So
got
there's some
what's
guys
the
in the
name?
game, man, that know what they're doing. You know,
Yeah.
but who wouldn't want to work with those guys? Who wouldn't want to work with a guy like Wilder, who's got a hell of a strength coach, Joy? And I look,
Yeah,
track is my love, so I'm always leaning towards them dudes. you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Nah, yeah, it's a fraternity. Y'all got a brotherhood. Y'all got to stick together.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's
I talked to him a couple months ago. We kind of talked about shit, if I need some things, you need some things, we can collaborate. I don't have no problem doing none of that. Because it's all, it's enough fighters for everybody. And the main thing is to put your fighter in position to be successful in his weight class. And that's what we're trying to do, man. I'm just staying in my lane. I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm blessed to work with some great fighters, male and female, and I want that to continue.
Yeah.
People don't see this part. People don't see this part of the training. This training is hard, man. Being a fighter, it ain't easy. That's why I say all the time, you can't play boxing.
Nah.
This sport will kill you if you come in this game wrong.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. You have every time you enter in that ring, you have a chance of not coming home, chance of not coming out that ring alive, man. It's a dangerous sport, man. It's a dangerous sport. Yeah, this touch on some of the many places you've been, because you went over there to Dubai on one of the biggest international cards, man. Just touch on that whole experience of being over there in that stadium that was made when Joshua fought Andrew Ruiz. Just break down that whole experience, man.
Man, I had just come off a tough loss in England. That fight could have went either way with Regis and Josh Taylor. And we stayed there for a couple of weeks. When I came back to Houston, I got an opportunity to work at big boy, drummer boy, Eric Molina. He was fighting on that card with Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, number 2. Man, I can't tell you what the media puts out about certain countries is totally different than what you see once you get there. Saudi Arabia was an unbelievable experience, man. To be on one of the biggest fight cards since Ali and Foreman, and they built the stadium that we were fighting in like 90 days. Immaculate, first class service. I mean, just to be in the atmosphere. I met Anthony Joshua. I met his family. All the top guns. The guy. I love this sport, man, and I admire those guys. But to be among them as a coach and having an opportunity to work with one of the top heavyweights in the world, who still is with Eric Molina. We went there. We didn't win the fight, but Eric Molina is still around. I still work with Eric. He has a fight coming up soon, I think. But man, I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world. I was nervous going over there at first. I didn't know what to expect. All we see is what the media put out, and I'm nervous. When we get there, we sign all kinds of papers. But it wasn't. I was blessed. I met some good Muslim brothers over there, man. Show us respect, show us big love, and I think Saudi Arabia is going to be another place where big fights will be made. And the city, it was unbelievable, man. Food was good. Motorcades, transportation, first class, everything, man. Eddie Hearn laid it out, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
Describe some of them, because I know a couple of people that have been over there. Describe some of them wind storms, though. Them desert storms they be having. Did you get the experience?
Well, let me tell you something about me. I'm gonna stay put. I'm not going nowhere that's not close to where I need to be. I'm not doing that. I was over there with my boy from 3G Boxing, Marlon Johnson, one of the up-and-coming boxing promoters for 3MG Boxing. Watch out for that. He was also working with Eric Molina. He brought me in to do the camp. I ran a whole entire camp, bro. I was the head guy in the camp. Now, I wasn't telling him how to box. I ain't no boxing coach. Let's get that straight. I can do it, but I don't want to. That's not my lane. I do the conditioning. But with this camp, they let me run the whole camp. And to take a team over there that I orchestrated, and thanks to 3MG Boxing, they put me in position to do that. And when we got there, man, I stayed put. Everybody else wanted to go and do their little, their little visiting. I'm good. Give me my coffee and my dates. I'm going to chill back in the hotel. I'm going to walk to the mall. I'm going to go over here. I didn't experience that other stuff that everybody else wanted to go. I ain't riding no camels. I was good. I was good, man. I don't want to. I had what I needed in that area, back and forth to the stadium. We wanted food. I can get fresh food. We wanted entertainment. You know, we entertain ourselves. But nah, man, I wish I could tell you how it was. Hey, you can ask Brian Jennings. Jennings is over there.
Yeah, big boy Jennings.
He
Philadelphia. Shout out to Philadelphia.
Yeah, big boy, man. That guy's pretty cool, man. I got a chance to talk to him. I met the man, Hassan Rahman.
Okay, listen, shout out to Rockman,
bro.
Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah,
I ain't never seen a man fist that damn
so big, right? Yeah,
Hassan Rahman fist was like 2 of mine.
Yeah,
real pleasant.
Real pleasant. Yeah. Lennox Lewis found out about that fist, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis found out about that fist. Yeah,
pleasant. And a killer, straight killer.
Yeah. Break down.
Boxing take. I'm blessed, bro. I mean, I never who thought I'd be sitting eating breakfast with Hassan Rahman. If they would have asked me 10 years ago, I'd be like, it happened. I was blessed, but I was over the moon, bro. I was over the moon.
I remember, you was telling me about that and the messenger, that how you was kicking it with Hassan Rahman and everything.
Yeah.
Because his fighter fought on there, Malcolm Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter fought on that card too.
Michael Hunter.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that.
He fought Povetkin. He should be Povetkin. I don't know what. I mean, they gave the fight to Povetkin. I think it was a draw. But it was a fight. It
was a close fight. Yeah, good fight.
Michael Hunter.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter.
I met Andy Ruiz. I got a chance to hang out with him.
Yeah. He need. That's another brother that needs to hire you, Andrew Ruiz. If your peoples is watching this, man, you got to be more disciplined.
I work with them.
Yeah.
I'm staying in my lane, do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They call me. I'm down, man. I love this sport, man. And every athlete has something that you can make better.
Yeah.
The fight is in my opinion, the fight is in who's gonna last the longest.
Yeah.
Pacquiao said it himself. Because everybody can fight.
Yeah.
What makes you any different than anybody else? The man that can withstand those punches if you get hit, and the one that lasts the longest, and keeps the same intensity over throughout the fight, whether it's 6 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds. If you keep that same power over the 36 to 40 minutes, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win the fight. And that's what I try to do when I try to put a condition program together for a fighter. Is tell me the amount of time you're going to be fighting, how many rounds, and I'll base the program over the time that you're going to be in the ring, and make you feel like a fight. But man, I that experience I would trade it I'd go back. Even in England, that was a great experience in England. I love England. I got to go back there. I hadn't got my black cab ride yet, but
Okay. How do you feel? How do you feel about the boxing coaches that feel they don't need to have a strength and conditioning coach on the team?
Well, I'm gonna say this. That's everybody's entitled to their opinion. I also think that it's needed if you know what you're doing, because a lot of boxing coaches, they look at me and say, "Oh, he's a big guy. He's gonna There's a way to lift weights for fighters as well. Now, some fighters physically can't lift weights because they may have too much muscle.
Okay.
You're gonna have specific programs for different. Every athlete is totally different. Every athlete is built different. Like you couldn't take like Coach Scott. You couldn't take a guy like Deontay Wilder and train him like you train Michael Hunter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's 2 different body types.
Yeah.
So you got to train the athlete according to the muscle density, cardiovascular, all that stuff changes. But in heavyweights, ain't no damn limit.
Yeah.
When you start getting down to the lightweights, if you do that wrong with their weight training, you're gonna have because muscle fatigue faster. Yeah. Unless there's a way you can make that big muscle last a little bit longer. Okay. And that's where conditioning coaches come in. The ones that know how to do that with athletes that have all that muscle and got to use that muscle over 30 to 40 minutes of movement, punching, and recovery. That's the science that you have to know. And track and field will give that to you. It gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think, you know, some coaches, they clash. They don't use it. And you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. But don't be fooled now. Don't be fooled. They doing something.
Yeah.
The
So
old style, the new style.
it's a lot of boxing coaches that just stuck in their ways, you know. Because I feel like back in the day, you really didn't have strength and conditioning coaches. You just had the boxing trainer, and he basically was like the strength and conditioning coach too. But then, like with the new millennium, you know, people are incorporating that towards their team. You know,
Yeah.
and I think I feel what's name really pushed that to the forefront. Manny Pacquiao. I can't think of his strength and conditioning coach's name. The white dude that he had.
His name Ariza.
Yeah, yeah. Him when he brought him in, that's when you started seeing a lot more fighters implicate that into their team. But then you still got the coaches out there that still want to be the strength and conditioning coach and the boxing trainer. But like I said, sometimes it takes a village to raise a child, you know,
Yeah.
and that's basically what that fighter is, a child, you know.
Yeah.
The more I'm put like this on my Jack Talk, the more sauce you add to the dish, the better tasting it's going to be.
I
So
agree.
a,
I agree.
a strength and conditioner coach is just another ingredient towards
Yeah.
the main dish, man. Go into your video. That video after Regis won that night, man. You had me amped, man. When Regis got that stoppage, and you posted that video. That video. I love the energy, coach.
Yeah.
Just break down that video,
Well, you
man.
know, I mean,
How you was feeling?
when you're embedded, when you with the fighter all that long time, you know, you take a loss. And when people lose, man, it doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that you can take advantage of that fighter because everybody's not going to win. Everybody, I mean, and when you lose, some guys will fall out, and some guys will come back at your ass like Regis Prograis. So guess what? We took that loss in England and was itching to come back. And then you throw a guy in like Mayweather threw his guy in 16-0. He was not ready. He was talking all that. They was talking all that shit about being ready for the fight. And I said, you're going to get this kid hurt because you're dealing with a monster. You're dealing with a kid with a whole different background. Regis Prograis coming from the bottom. Regis Prograis wasn't no decorated amateur. Regis Prograis turned the corner at one time when he made the decision in his mind to be world champion. You couldn't stop him. And guess what? His training, attitude is the same. I give that kid anything, and he does it. He'll talk some shit, but he gets it done. So when you put that kind of work in, and the opposition is always on your back, because you know boxing is a dirty game. They dirty. It's a dirty game. And you really thought that this kid lost was going to give you an edge. So when they knocked that kid ass out, I was over the moon, bro. And I hadn't had a drink in like months. And I was like, no, tonight we're gonna celebrate.
Celebrate.
Talking all that shit. This is what happens when you deal with straight killers who have something to fight for. What's the guy named E.T.? He says, what are you fighting for? Why are you doing this? Why? You had reason figure why he doing it? Go back when they had the flood in New Orleans. That kid got something to fight for. Every time he stepped in the ring, he got something to fight for. I remember that kid when he had nothing. He fighting for something. When you get to this level, man, some of these athletes, they forget. They forget.
Yeah, no, I touched on that. I touched on that with him when you lined me up with that interview. We touched on that. I said how you know you made it to the top, man. But I remember when you was working a full-time job and fighting. You know, a lot of fighters they don't know about that route because a lot of fighters they never had to have a job. You know, boxing was always their job. But we just, you know what I'm saying, we touched on that. How he had a family and he wasn't really getting those big paydays. He was still working a full-time job and still fighting, you know. So when you make it to where he made it and you had to endure that, you all gonna have that chip on your shoulder and you all always gonna be hungry and that fire will always be lit, man. Well shout out to Regis Progress, man. Solid brother,
to to the Rougarou, the red machine.
Rougarou, man. Yeah, Rougarou, man, good
No, he's a
dude, man.
good kid, man. He's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
kid. He
Listen,
work his ass off, you know.
we
But
know we know we seen Adrian Broner in the past talking, calling them out and saying his little slick stuff on social media and all that. If them dudes ever did, make that fight happen, get into the ring, how you see that fight turning out, man?
listen, let me say this. I'm not taking nothing away from Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner at one time was that hungry athlete, right? Adrian Broner is a very, very talented athlete. But what Adrian Broner has done, he's lost the desire to push himself, right?
Yeah.
He's made so much money that the vision is gone. And when you get a guy like that, the vision is gone, and then you get your ass whipped a couple of times, what you gonna do? But you put a Regis Prograis against a guy like Adrian Broner, it becomes a massacre because now we got the guy who just really I believe he just want a payday, but Regis wants to destroy him. He ain't thinking about no damn money. He ain't thinking about no money. We thinking about winning.
That's it.
It'll be a hell of a fight. Because you can't, Broner, no matter what, AB he's still slick. He still got I think that weight class is a little bit too heavy for him, but he can't stay on weight.
Yeah.
I don't think he's pushed enough.
Yeah.
Regis to beat him bad. I think he'll beat him bad. It won't be an easy fight, but what Broner gonna do when he get hit by them bombs?
Yeah. Let's speak on that. How hard Regis hits. Speak on that because I see some of the videos when you got on the body bag, the body suit, and he's teeing off on you. What them shots be hitting for, man?
Bro, I told Regis, and this is the second time I put the body bag on. Because we got
you a big dude too. Run down your size for the people that don't know.
I'm about 6'1". I don't want to reveal my weight, but I'm heavy, right?
Yeah.
I'm solid.
Heavyweight. Heavyweight though. Heavyweight. Yeah.
The body bag's about that thick. It's about that thick, right? Off the body.
Yeah.
And I held the body bag this year, man, for the first time. And when I tell you this kid punches, knocked me backwards.
Yeah.
So
I seen the video.
Let me tell you something. If you hit a 140-pound fighter and they don't move, it's going to be a problem with me.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody taking that power, bro. And he had on heavier gloves.
Yeah.
Them gloves that they wear in the ring, they're 8 ounces.
Oh no, they fight with 8 ounces. Yeah.
That's the problem, man. That's the problem. Don't sleep on guys that like there's another 140-pounder, that youngster, Kenny Sims.
Yeah, boss man. Boss man.
I'm working with Sims. Watch. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, shout out to him and congratulations on that victory in South Carolina. He's coming off a victory, man. Shout out to boss man Sims, man.
Michaela Mayer, I got an opportunity to work with her for a couple of weeks before her last fight. Another female monster, but I like guys, man, that want to do this. Because if you don't want to do this and you come train me, it's gonna be a problem. You got to want to do this.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that I asked athletes to do is very difficult mentally.
Yeah.
I challenge that mental, because if you're doing something and you're looking for a time, they're looking at me like, when is it going to end, coach?
Yeah.
I just look at them. I'll tell you when it stops. I get to come start punching. They want times. I'm like, no, ain't no time. Let's see when you break. That mindset, man, that mind is crazy.
That's what Regis said, though. Regis said you take them to the breaking point. But when you dealing in the gladiator sport, that's what you got to do. You got to be willing to go to the end, man. To the tip, man. Because that's what sometimes when you in that ring, you got to dig down. You know what I'm saying? And
shit, most of the time.
Yeah. You gotta dig deep and come up with it, man. Sometimes all the time in that ring, man. And at the end of the day, when you in that ring, that training that you preparing them for is gonna help them. Because when you in that ring, it's just you and that man that you up against.
Yeah.
And then sometimes that man that you up against turns into you. And that's when all that training, when you push those fighters, like you said earlier, we touched on, to near death, it kicks
Mm-hmm.
in. It kicks in, man. I
They,
ain't gonna
they,
hold
they,
too much of your time tonight, man. I appreciate you,
man,
sharing your story and all that. Cause we gotta do more of these. I
we
got some
need
more
to.
stuff I want to ask you. I got
We
some more.
need
That's why I
to.
said
I,
I'm gonna save it. I got some more stuff
yeah,
I
because
want to
I
ask
tell
you.
you
But
what.
like you said, I don't want to give out everything. I don't want to give
All
out
right,
everything.
all
But this, like we said, this been a long time coming, man.
yeah,
We
yeah,
we were supposed to hook up in Philadelphia,
yeah.
but unfortunately, we didn't get to link up in Philadelphia.
Right.
But like I said, man, I appreciate your time,
Thank you.
Tobler,
Thank you.
man. Yeah, you've been a blessing to me, man. Cause
Yeah.
like I said,
Likewise.
we've been down for a while. So
Yeah.
you know my story with the
Mm-hmm.
media thing,
Yeah.
and you know how that goes, how hard it is to link
Yeah.
with certain athletes and
Yeah.
fighters
Yeah.
and get these interviews. And I appreciate a lot that you
Yeah.
did for me
Yeah.
behind the scenes, man.
Yeah. Yo, you
I just
too,
want
man.
that.
You too, man. You like one of the first guys that really shouted out my work, man. And when I tell you, when you're working hard, although people say they don't give a damn about accolades, yes, we do. We want to be recognized. And I want to
Yeah,
say to you, thank you for recognizing my work, putting my stuff
yeah,
out there, man, and always keeping and supporting everything that I do, bro. So as long as
yeah,
I'm in the sport and I'm working with
yeah,
athletes, they got to talk to you, man, because there's a
yeah,
lot of people in the sport that are not real in this game. They'll say some stuff
yeah,
and can't say it in your face. If I tell you right
yeah.
here, I can
All the
tell it to
time.
your face too. And I only deal with
Yeah,
real people. You know what
all
I'm
the
saying?
time.
So to me, you're a real dude, man. And I only deal
Yeah,
with that, bro. So
I
I know
appreciate
we're gonna
it,
chop this
man.
up another time. You
Yeah,
ride with
man.
me,
Like, yeah,
I'm gonna ride with you.
all right,
No
all the
doubt.
time. But let everybody know that the Instagram where they can follow you at.
You can find me
All you future
at
fighters.
Fitness by Tobler,
Yeah,
Fitness by Tobler, Strength Conditioning Guru,
yeah,
Instagram and Facebook. I don't deal with no Twitter stuff, man. I'm still
yeah.
kind
Me
of old
neither. Me
fashioned,
neither.
you know.
Yeah,
I
me
ain't got
neither.
time to be doing all that bullshit. But those two deals, Instagram and Facebook, you can always DM me if you want help with your
Yeah,
boxing, nutrition, the
yeah.
whole package. I got it, man. I'm that guy, and I appreciate
And,
y'all willing to work
and
with anybody
before
willing to work with me.
and before we close out, let everybody know what's on the horizon for 2021, man.
Man, look, Regis Prograis going for those world belts again. We got
Yeah,
Jared Hurd getting ready to
yeah,
fight some other. I don't know who he's going to fight. They're picking an opponent right now. And at the end of the day,
yeah,
that 154 class is coming back to Hurd.
yeah. That
Um,
storm is coming. That
Hannah
storm is
Gabriel's
coming.
had a fight that kind of fell out, but she's back in action. I know
Okay.
Sim is working on some things. Chris Edwards working
Yeah,
on some things. Issa Marie, the young girl, the young lady, she got fights
yeah,
coming up. So 2021, man, it's going to be a big year for Fitness by Tobler
yeah,
in boxing.
yeah,
I'm looking to take
yeah,
athletes to the top, more world championships, more Olympic medals. Virginia, I got a girl, Virginia, fighting 2021. She's going to get one of the medals. I'd rather have a gold, but whatever falls her way, it'll be. So
yeah,
2021, man, I'm looking for great things, man. Great
yeah,
conversations, great
yeah,
interviews, great
yeah.
boxing,
That's
and
it.
relaxation, man. Just enjoying
Yeah,
what the gift that God gave me. I'm in my gift,
that's
man.
it.
I won't want to do
That's
nothing
it.
else in the world but this, man.
That's
So
it. That's it.
2021, I'm looking for big blessings, bro. For real.
Yeah. 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 Once again, man, thank you for your time, man. Like I
Thank
said,
you.
this was supposed to happen Tuesday night, but it happened on Saturday. Everything
Yeah.
always happens on God's time, and we still
Right.
delivered an excellent interview. I'm gonna chop this one up and put it out there on my Instagram.
All
Thank
right.
you for Tal. Thank you for Evans. He
All
definitely
right.
dropped some of that delicious Jak sauce today on the
Oh
Jak
yeah.
Talk
Oh yeah. Oh
Podcast.
yeah.
So
Jackal Fitness,
appreciate
baby.
you.
The man in the boxing
Yeah.
media. Talk to this man because
Woo.
it's real
That's
shit,
right.
real conversations, and you're
That's
a real
it.
brother. I appreciate it, man. Love
Appreciate you, man. Love
you.
you
All right,
too, man.
boss.
Thank you again, man.
All right. Take care.
All right. You too.
All right.
Later. That was my guy, man. Evans, man. Fitness, man. Fitness by Tobler. Look him up, man. Shout him out on Instagram. He's working with a lot of the big dogs. You heard Jared Swift ready to make that run again at 154. Regis just came off a tremendous knockout on pay-per-view. Hannah Gabriel, the list goes on, man. Kenny Bossman Sims out of Chicago. You know, once again, thank you for your time, Fitness by Tobler. It's Jackal Fitness signing off, man. You know, Jak Talk Podcast Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. You know, Saturdays, Sundays, you know, we might pull up like we did today with a special, you know, Jak Sauce interview. Sundays, we got the Lord of the Rings report card after the fights. Let's continue to watch us grow, man. You know the vibes. But hey, what do I know? Jays, I holla.